The honourable member for Strathmore Brooks, followed by Calgary Varsity.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The energy industry is the backbone of the Alberta economy. It impacts job growth, retail sales, and home values. But with oil prices in decline, the industry is rightly concerned about the future. Right now, major energy producers are cutting their capital budgets, cancelling investments, and bracing for uncertain times. To the Energy Minister, what new policy changes are you making to ensure drilling doesn't stop and our producers have the confidence they need to continue to invest in this current climate?
The Honourable Minister of Energy.
Well, I thank the honourable member for the question, Mr. Speaker. Let's be clear that the current situation is driven by the international price of oil, not by the government policy environment. The energy companies are doing what they're going to expect our government to do, which is to manage their finances in a prudent and cautious manner. We fully expect them to do that. At the moment, nobody has talked about curtailments in production. We are talking constantly with the energy industry, and we will respond, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I do have some information I'll share with you where some companies are cutting their budgets. Given a major pipeline project would go a long way to improving our competitive advantage, but since most of these potential pipelines are years away from happening, if ever, Albertans want to know what steps are you taking today to improve our competitive advantage and show the world Alberta is still a responsible energy player and a good place to do business.
Well, let me be clear to the honourable member that market access is the #1 in my mandate letter, and that the pipelines are going to happen, and they are not years away from happening. In addition to that, Mr. Speaker, we're working on value-added initiatives right here at home. This will be done right, Mr. Speaker.
Speaker, given in 2008 when the economy was in recession and oil prices were suffering, this government panicked and made things much worse with poorly thought-out policy changes. Can the minister assure this House that he's actually talking to industry this time and won't make policy decisions regarding the carbon levy or royalties that will further harm the oil patch?
The Honourable Premier.
Well, Mr. Speaker, my colleague, I think, is referring to the comments that were made yesterday in the House of Commons by the Prime Minister. Both the Prime Minister and I have been very clear that we intend to protect jobs and investment in the energy industry. Key to that is the question of our economic competitiveness. We will be environmental leaders, as we currently are, Mr. Speaker, but what we will not do as Albertans is unilaterally impose penalties and levies on the energy industry that will damage jobs and investment in this province.